Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of making the USS Enterprise from Star Trek The Original Series using Tinkercad. In part 1, we have already made the basic shapes of the saucer section using Tinkercad, and now in part 2, we are going to do a continuation of that by adding more details to it. For example, the windows and many more features. Now before we start, we have to of course find reference images from Google, like this. Or you can also go to Sketchfab, where you can search the USS Enterprise and get a 3D design replica of it to make it as our reference image. Without further ado, let's begin. Now, before we start, we have to go out to Sketchfab and see see as our reference. Okay, looks like we have three circular windows in front and 5 rectangular here at the side there and also there. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take myself a hollow cylinder. I'm thinking of making it to 2.1 in length and width. 2.5. Sorry, not 2.1, 2.5. 2.5. Okay, rotate that. Okay, drag this one on top of like this. Okay. Now if you want to have the movement become much more slower, put your snap grid 0.1 to move it in a very slower way so that you can have much more detailed movements. Okay. Okay, I think that's about it. I'm going to align this with the whole structure so that it's perfectly aligned. Wait a minute. Okay, like this. Okay, that's about it. Drag this one outside. Okay. Control D, move it to the side over here. So there's a bit of gap. Control D also. Okay. I think I'm going to take these two, move these two to the side a bit. Okay, remember use your arrow arrow button on your keyboard for precise movement. Wait, let me have a nice view of it. No, I think that's about it. Okay. Now for this part, I'm going to show you guys a trick. Now in Tinkercad, it's very hard for us to make holes that are within 45 degrees because we can't even move it using our arrow button on the keyboard because it's going to be hard. Just imagine trying to make holes over here. It's got to be very hard. So one of the things that I learned is that you can just simply take a box, drag it over here at your desired place that you want to put the hole, okay, and then you go to here, workbench tool, and place it on top, place it in front of the box, and there you have it. You can now easily put in details at the side of here. For example, since we are making rectangular boxes to represent the mirrors, so by adding this, it makes it much more easier for us to make it because we don't need to move it that much. Need to drag in front or back or rotate at certain angles. We don't. We just have to move it around here, and you can simply adjust the size whenever you like. Okay. Remember, always review your reference image. Okay, looks like we got. Okay, looks like all here, one down. Okay. Okay, I'm going to I think I have to decrease the size a bit while we make it. Oh. Okay. Decrease its size a bit. 2.3. I think just 2. Oh, yeah, I think 2 is just fine. Okay. Decrease its length. Okay, I think it's 2.3. No, 2 only. Okay. I guess it. Now I can simply just delete this. Where it's going. Okay. Let's move this up a bit. Okay. Control D. Move that one to the side here. D and D. Okay. Looks like it's about to make shape. And also take this. Control D. Move it besides here and a bit downwards. Up a bit. Okay. That's about it. Okay. I'm going to drag this both. Move to the side just a bit. Okay. And I think that's it. Okay, nice. Now we're going to group them both so that you can easily move them around. Okay. We just have to wait until it's finished grouping. Now I'm going to use my mouse. I'm going to use the button keyboard to move it just ever slightly. Okay. Press the viewpoint. Okay, let's move it just ever slightly. Okay, I think that's about it. Okay. Side. Okay, that is it. Okay, I'm going to Control D at the other side. Control D. I'm going to change the snap grid to one back, flip it, and move it. Then, okay, focus it back here. I want to see on top if it's the same. Okay, I think that's about it. Okay, same goes for the back part as well. Wait, this one disappear for a while, same goes at the bottom. Going to combine these two, not really combine, just bundle them up. Control D, flip it, and move them. So it's all just, repeat back all the process that I teach before. Flip, move, flip, move. Okay, I'm going to make sure it's almost the same. Okay. Wait, not yet. Yep. Now we are going to ungroup them. Okay. Okay, I think that's about it. So we're looking sharp. Now after we do the sides, we then focus on the main part, which is this part right here. The dome on the top. Looks like it got 2 small cylinders here and another 4 rectangular windows here and here. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to take the cylinder, Control D, drag it on top, and then move it in the middle. Okay, right about that. Now I'm going to change the size to something that's much more easy to see. 1.5, I think. Yep, 1.5. Because it's not too big and not too small. 1.5. Okay, nice. Now I'm going to move it to the side here. Change our snap grid back to 0.1 to have much more precise movements. Sorry. Okay, Control D, move it beside here. Now we have to make sure it's perfectly center. Move it here. I'm going to drag this one a bit on top. A bit on top. Okay, move it to the side here. Same goes for here, side. I have to make sure it's just perfectly nice. Yeah, I'm going to drag this bit. No, maintain it like that. Okay, I'm going to move this one just a bit. It really depends on you if you want to do this detailed. Okay, I'm going to move these both. Accidentally click the bottom. Okay, move them all. Okay, that's it. Okay. Nice. Now we're going to do the sides here. I'm going to, of course, take my box here, drag it up, drag it over here, decrease its height 1.5, I think, because from the reference images, the square looks almost as the same as the cylinder, but not that much. So maybe instead of making it 1.5 in height, probably make it 2 in height. It's quite big. Okay, increase its length. Okay, that's about it. Drag this one at the bottom. Oh, that's too big of a window. Yeah, I think it's what. Okay. Now where does this one sit? Right over here. Okay. So I'm going to move this one. Okay. Okay. But it just looks, quite big. I think I'm going to move it up here. It just really depends on you if you want to do this much improvement or modification. Control D, this side here, and you're just going to Control D yet. Okay, also here. So the size of all of them are just too big. Yeah, I gotta decrease the size just a bit. 1, I think. 1. Same goes from here, 1 also. It just really depends on your preference. But if you want to follow me, you can just follow me. But if you have your own ideas, own size that you want to use, then be my guest. Okay. Okay. Go back here just a bit, another one. Nope, it's just bad. Okay, controlling. That's a bit over there. Okay, I think that's about it. Looking sharp. Okay. Looking sharp. Wait, my mouse. What's happening to my mouse? Okay, now it's moving. Sorry, I had a technical mouse issue. Okay, that's about it. Now we're going to combine all of them. Group them. Okay, Control D. Move into the sides. Okay, just hang on with me. We're almost there. Okay, just a bit. Same goes for this one. Move it here. Okay. Now we've already done the windows for here and here. Now we're going to do at the bottom part down here. Okay. After that, we're going to then focus on the back part, which is this part. The impulse drive. Okay. So windows down here. Okay, I'm thinking of making it just 4 down, 2 up. And I'm going to use these upper windows to make that happen. Okay. Take this, Control D, drag this one at the bottom here. Okay. Okay, going to ungroup them. Delete this. And this we want to try with 1 first. Okay, I'm going to drag this one at the bottom. Okay, drag this one outside. Okay, now for the length, I'm thinking I'm making just a bit smaller. Yep. Okay, I think like that. Now we can see here. Okay, where does this one sit? Okay, it's a bit upwards around here, so it's a bit high up. Okay, I'm going to go to my left hand side. Okay, right around here. And I'm going to drag this just around here. Yep, I think that's about it. Try upside. Okay. Okay, so we got it. Okay. Yep, I think that's about it. Control D. Move it to the side here. Okay. Okay, and that's about it. Okay, that's about it. The windows need to be quite further apart than usual. Okay. Okay. And go over here. Okay. I think that's about it. Now take this to Control D. Oh, what happened? Man. Control Z again. How did it end up there? Man, bad stuff. Right. Now, let's proceed. Okay, take this, Control D. What? Control Z. Okay. Control D. Ah, now it's working. Let's move this on top just a bit. Okay, done. Press this, Control D. Move it to the side just a bit. And then that's it. Okay, we are going to do the same thing for the front, back, and the other side. We're going to display everything. Same goes with this. Okay, group them so that it can be easily be moved. Okay, okay, nice. Now we're going to move this to the other side. Control D. Change our snap grip to 1. Move it to the side. Okay, that's about it. Same goes for this. Control D. Rotate this 90 degrees. Move it front to the side here. Okay, I think that's about it. Okay, done. Now we're going to do that. Control D. Oh. Control D. What? Control D. Okay. Move it to the back. Okay. Okay, that's it. Now I'm going to make all this disappear, and I'm going to combine all of this so that it can be much more easier with all of them at once without needing to move them all separately. It'll make our job much more simpler, because when we make our job much more simpler, we can create more designs. Okay. Combine. Okay, nice. Now thinking of dragging them just slightly a bit bottom. Just around like wait, I'm going to go back here. See the front part. Yeah, I think like this. Okay, that's about it. Okay. Okay. Ungroup them all so that we can move each of them individually so that we can. Okay, nice. Okay, everything's great. Okay, looks like we got the windows down and bottom. We're almost ready. Now we are going to group them all, but before that, we take our original, we Control D, duplicate it. Okay, I'm going to move it to the side. Do not disturb it. To the side. Okay, do not disturb it at all. And now we are going to group this whole thing. Okay, this one we of course make this one disappear for a while. Okay, group them all. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Group. Now you just have to wait until they are all grouped. Yep, see, now they're all grouped, and now we now have our windows. Now here's the trick. We take this original that we've duplicated and we haven't disturbed it. You change the color to white, and then we just simply move it back inwards. Supposedly, the key is that when we move it back, the white would appear at our windows, while everything would just remain gray. I can clearly see it over here. See it, see? There's white and there's gray. But since we don't want it to appear to disturb with the rest, so we are going to change its size just ever so slightly. Going to make this the duplicate version, the original duplicate version. We're going to change the height and length, 39, the length, 141, right? We do 140. Okay. Okay, we're going to move this in a second. Okay. I think I'll do 139. Okay. Same goes for here. 139. Wait, sorry. 139. Okay, that's about it. Now we are going to arrange them, align them. Right in the middle there. And that's about it. We have now had our mirrors inside without even us needing to fill them up. As you can see, wow, see, this looks very nice. You know, the mirrors on this on the social section looks very, you know, almost as if in the real version here. What kind of lah, but not really. But hey, first try, first do, not bad, right? Now we are going to focus on the other parts. Now we're going to combine them all. So it's much more easy for us to do other works as well. Combine them. As you can see, we have now settled it. It's now looking very fine. Although there are some still effects, but it won't be that much of a deal. Take our cylinder here. We're going to now make the tail lights here that we see at the social section here, and then we are going to write the name USS Enterprise NC 1701. Okay, so small sphere. Going to make the sphere around 1 by 1 by 1. Because the sphere is very small. Okay. 1 by 1 by 1. View it. Change it to 1. Okay, that's about it. Now we're going to just drag this one up. Move it over here, I think. And then drag it at the bottom. Okay, since we are at this side, so this side means it's red. I'm going to move this one just a bit inwards. Okay, change the color to red. Oh, that's too much. Change the set width to 0.1. Drag just a bit. Okay, there is it. Now we're going to do the same for the other side. Control D, move it to the other side. Snap back 1. And the other side is going to be a green color. Okay, green color. Okay, green color. Now both of them, we are going to group them both. Combine. Change both of their colors to multiple colors. On. Okay. Control D. Drag both of them at the bottom here. Okay, change all of them to white. And that's about it. We have now finished making the details of the social section of the USS Enterprise. But before we go to write the name, we have to, of course, create the iconic impulse engines at the back here. Okay, so I'm going to take a cylinder, increase the cylinders over all sides to make it much more detailed, and also segments. Okay, rotate this. Okay, the height I'm going for 6 cm, 6 millimeters. Drag it in the middle here. I'm going to put this engine right around here. Okay, okay, drag it a bit at the bottom. Okay, very nice. Now going to as we can see from here, the impulse engine is quite big than the dome part at the top, so I'm going to drag it here and also here. Okay, I'm also going to increase its bevel so that it looks segments. We use segments just a bit. So that it looks like this. This one inwards. There we go. Drag this one over there and over there. Yeah, okay, just it's too big. Okay, I think that's about it. That's quite small. So wait, what's the length of this one? 29, right? I'm going to go for 33. Okay. Yeah, 33, right? No, 34. 34 would be nice. Okay, that's about it. Okay. Align them at the middle. Okay, and then we are going to make this part appear. Drag this here. On top there, move this one inwards, move it inside. Okay, make this whole sausage disappear and combine that one. Okay, combine them. Okay, nice. I've now gotten the impulse engines, but not yet, because the impulse engine requires the rectangular part here, which is going to be where the impulse comes from. So to make it simpler, I just change the color to same as this one. Not quite the same color. Same as that. Okay, and for this part, I'm going to take here, move it over here. I'm going to put a red box to represent the impulse engine. Increase its steps, decrease its not length, don't increase its length. Radius just a bit so that it can become a bit like squarish a bit. Drag it over here. Modify its size, that it looks quite nice. Okay, and then we are going to move it in. A bit smaller again. Okay, that's about it. Move this one a bit just enough. Okay, and then I'm going to Control D, move that one also to the side so that it will look nice. Okay, that's about it. Go back here. Okay. Okay, wait, it doesn't look quite nice. Okay, I think that's about it. Okay, that's right. Now we're going to combine them. Change the color to multicolor. And there you have it. We have now created the USS Enterprise from Star Trek: The Original Series, the social section. This is really quite nice. Now you can after this add your text on top here and here for the name, but I won't be doing that in this video because we've already overstepped our time. So that's all for me. For the next video, next part, we are going to be focusing on making the next section of USS Enterprise right over here. I hope you guys can stay tuned for next video and follow me for this wonderful adventure. That's all from me. Bye.